Nuggets of Gold Christmas Countdown number 2. And today I'm going to take you to a verse that captures the entire Christmas story and the meaning of Christmas all within a few small words or a few short words. And these words are not found in Matthew or Luke. These verses are not found in any of the places that you would typically look for the Christmas story. But here they are, the reason we are celebrating year after year, decade after decade, century after century. And where do we find these two verses? It is Galatians chapter 4, verses 4 and 5. Galatians chapter 4, verses 4 and 5. This is worth seeing. Maybe pull out your phone, although you're probably watching this on your phone. Pull out your Bible, circle it, underline it. Galatians 4, 4 and 5. When the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, so that we might receive adoption as sons. There it is. There is the Christmas what and the Christmas why. I'm going to pause to pray. I really encourage you, look at these verses with your eyeballs. We'll come back in just a second and talk some more. So these verses tie us all the way back to the beginning of our Bible in Genesis chapter 3, when Adam and Eve chose to turn away from God and disobey God by eating that forbidden fruit. And the curse of sin came upon them, and the penalty of eternal death came upon them in the midst of the fair and just cursing of the ground and of humanity. God also made a promise. He promised that one day the seed of a woman would crush the seed of the serpent. And for decades, centuries, millennia, God waited and worked out a plan. It took so long, and there was so much pain, and there was so much confusion. And in the midst of all of these centuries, God's people said, "How long, O Lord? How long will we have to wait?" And God never wavered from his promise. He never wavered from the thread of redemption that he was writing through human history, and that brought the baby to be born, the offspring of a woman. And that's where our verse comes in and celebrates. When the fullness of time had come, the fullness of time, all of that time had passed. When the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman. A divine Son, a heavenly Son, also became a human Son. The God-man, the impossible occurred. God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those under the law, so that we might receive adoption as sons. So here's the picture that is in my mind as I read this today. God sent himself into our human family so that we could be adopted into God's heavenly family. That's what the verse says, right? He was born of a woman, born under the law, so that we might have redemption or rescue from the penalty of the law and receive adoption as sons. God entered into our family to clean up our family mess so that he could invite us and make a way to join his family. This is the Christmas what, and this is the Christmas why. And it is incredible that we have been rescued. Every human since Adam and Eve has borne the curse of sin, the DNA of having a heart mangled by our sin, and we have all deserved the penalty of sin. But God sent forth his Son into our family to do what we could not do and to bring us the rescue, the redemption that we could not earn on our own. Wow. Wow. This is a great story. And I'm glad that we know it, and I hope that you're a part of it. We'll see you one more time tomorrow for Christmas nugget number 3.